We're staying in music now on Culture. Our guest today became a household name here in France 4 years ago when she won the reality TV singing contest Star Academy. She's released 2 albums since then, and she's here to tell us about the latest one. It's called Le Jeu des 7 Erreurs, or The Game of 7 Mistakes. ELODIE Frege, hello. Thanks for being here with us today.
Merci.
Okay, so I would say, why don't we take a look at the video for your latest single, which is called Si je reste, or If I Stay.
Si je reste, promets-moi de tenir tes promesses, rien qu'un peu. Si je reste, je veux la flamme, le flacon et l'ivresse, tes grands yeux. Si je reste un peu.
Si je reste, the latest single from ELODIE Frege's latest album. Now, for that clip that we've just seen, that video, you called on a famous French film director called Catherine Breillat, and in the credits to your record, you call her the woman who turned me upside down. Did you need to be turned upside down?
Well, actually, yes. I think I really did need to be turned upside down, because anyone who's starting something new, whether you're starting in acting or in cinema, because Catherine, every year she works with actors and actresses, and when I first met her, I think I really did need to be shaken up, because I was really nervous. I had stage fright, and when you start something new, you get this feeling. And when we started, she hugged me, she pulled me into her arms, and she pulled me and she said, "Look, you've got to get it all out, get this tension out. You're too nervous." And so I just screeched, I got it out, and after that I was really at ease with her, with the camera, and with any emotions that came up.
And that director, Catherine Breillat, is also famous for being a bit provocative for sexual themes. And in that video, there is a little bit of provoke going on, as we say here in French. For example, we see you tying up this lovely young man, and then you take off for a few hours. Are you trying to show us that you're maybe not as nice as you look?
Je crois que personne n'est soit tout noir ou tout blanc. No one is either all black or all white or all friendly or all nasty. I think people don't often see the irony or the nastiness. I'm not mean, but I stand up for myself, and certainly I don't let myself get stood on by men. And Catherine understood that. She's quite feminist, and as a feminist, I think she actually really brought that across in the clip. For example, I wasn't going to be a doormat for anybody, and so if I decided to stay, if I rest, then he had to stay where I left him, actually tied up to the pillow. So I think it's full of symbolism, and I thought it came out really well.
And in 2003, ELODIE, you became a household name here in France thanks to the show Star Academy, which you won. You had a first album that came out right after that, which seemed a bit formatted, like you were still in the Star Academy box. And now finally, with this second album, I feel like we're seeing the real you, we're hearing the real you. Did you feel like you had to break with that Star Academy image to make this record?
J'ai dû rompre, si on veut. Yes, I had to break away from the image, yes. But I didn't even really need to do it. It was perfectly natural for me, because I always was the real ELODIE, even before getting into this. And I think once you've been through the show, sure, you're supposed to get your album out really quickly, and I didn't really have time to, to change image, so I think I just had to go with what I had. But I didn't really have time to pick up the guitar and write a lot of songs like I would have liked. I was a bit frustrated. And I couldn't really stand up for what I wanted fully consciously. Whereas with the second album, I met new people, for example, Benjamin Biolay. I did the work. I made all the choices I wanted to make. I was free to do what I wanted to do. And I found the whole thing a bit easier to do, easier on stage as well. And that's important, because when you're an artist and you really want to get into the profession, you have to be able to do it with all the spontaneity that you have and as natural as possible.
And very quickly, ELODIE, your album's called The Game of 7 Mistakes. What's the last mistake you've made? La vraie dernière erreur que j'ai faite,
my last mistake must have been.
C'est idiot, mais je suis partie de chez moi.
Actually, I left my house with leaving the door open. I walked out without my keys and I left the door open. That was my biggest mistake recently.
I've done that too. Bon, Elodie Frege, thank you so much.